Today we have with us to deal on these issues Dr. Anjali Kumar, HOD of Obstetrics and Gynecology in Paras Hospital, which is in Gurgaon. It is a 250-bedded hospital with multi-specialities. So, starting with the issue of Dr. Savita Halapnavar, as we know, we do not have much information on the case. But from a doctor's perspective, from the information that is gathered, what do you believe would have been the right step to take at that moment?
See, like Madhvi, you rightly said, we really do not have the exact medical details about as to what went wrong in that. The information and the data which we have from the web and from the newspaper says that she probably died because of a condition called septicemia. Now, septicemia is a condition where there is widespread infection in the blood. Now, in that situation, if a woman is pregnant and also she is in the process of abortion or miscarrying, the wiser thing is to remove the pregnancy and then the patient usually settles down. But what we understand is that probably, Ireland is a very strict Catholic country, so they have very strict Catholic laws. So probably their laws, they do not permit an abortion, whatever the conditions may be. So I'm sure the doctor must have tried their level best, but because of the stricter laws, they were not in a position to abort the pregnancy, which probably led to this tragic event.
So do you believe that the change should have been made in the law of Ireland's abortion?
Absolutely, absolutely. See, abortion is, I know it's a very, very sensitive matter, but a country has to take into account a lot of other issues other than the religious sentiments also. If a pregnancy has reached a situation where it causes risk to the life of a mother or maybe a grave injury to her physical and mental health, then a doctor or the country as a whole should have laws in place which can legalize the termination of pregnancy.
So, bringing the case of Savita Halapnavar and comparing it to India, where abortion is legal, there is this ethical issue that is now taking place of over-the-counter abortion pills.
See, I would like to now specify two things here. See, abortion can be done primarily by two means. One is a medical method of abortion, whereby the abortion is done with the help of tablets only, no surgical intervention. Now that can be done only till 7 weeks of pregnancy. Then comes the surgical method, which is a method which is commonly known as DNC. For that, a patient has to be admitted to a hospital. Now, most of the patients naturally would want an abortion done by a medical method, but they do not know that what is the criteria for a medical abortion. Now, as a qualified doctor, we select that these are the patients where a medical abortion can be offered. But unfortunately, these abortion pills are sold by unscrupulous people just for the financial gains, though we have laws in place which say that these abortion pills should never be dispensed without the prescription or the advice of a doctor. But on ground, yes, we know people are buying and people are selling these medicines over the counter, but the fact remains that these medicines are not the OTC medicines. OTC stands for over the counter medicines. So they are strictly not OTC medicines and they should never be taken without the guidance or the supervision of a proper qualified gynecologist.
So the reason that people might take over-the-counter abortion pills, or they might not be over-the-counter, but illegally take these abortion pills, might be fear. They do not know what criteria they belong to.
Absolutely, absolutely.
So who is eligible for an abortion? What age should that person?
See, even if we are doing a medical abortion, we have to properly examine the patient, we have to maintain the proper records, a proper consent has to be taken, but all these can be done only if a patient comes to a doctor. But if a patient does not come to a doctor and goes directly to a chemist to buy a medicine and the chemist also dispenses that medicine, then the fault is at that operational level where the chemist dispenses the medicine without the prescription of a doctor. But ideally, any patient, now I really want that you as this channel should spread this information that anyone wanting to get an abortion done should never buy the medicines just like that, because these medicines can be dangerous if they are not taken under the proper medical supervision, and can cause very serious, grave consequences. So this is one important point which I would really like you to spread it to the important, to all the people around.
Is there a legal age for performing an abortion?
Yes. See, even if we are doing a medical abortion or we are doing a surgical abortion, commonly which is called as a DNC, the age is 18 years. See, we have a properly defined MTP Act in our country. This was called MTP Act 1971, where the government properly laid out certain definitions and rules and regulations as to what age, where it can be done, who can do. So that law clearly states that a woman who is more than 18 years of age can be offered an abortion in case she falls into that criteria. And any woman who is less than 18 years, we have to have a consent of a legal guardian. Without the consent, that abortion, whether it is a medical abortion or it's a surgical abortion, should never be done without the consent of a guardian in case a woman is less than 18 years of age.
And if she is married and under the age of 18?
See, married or non-married, there is no difference in the MTP Act. Even a woman who is unmarried and desires an abortion, if she is more than 18, yes, we can do it. If she is less than 18, we have to have a consent of a legal guardian.
So according to the MTP Act, who can perform the abortion and where can this abortion be performed?
Right. Now, see, MTP Act clearly states that there is a definition called registered medical practitioner, right? It's called RMP. Now, there are criteria laid for being called an RMP, a person who's got a recognized medical qualification, a recognized stipulated training in the field of obstetrics and gynae, and whose name appears in the state medical register. That person can do the MTP, whether it, again, a medical MTP or a surgical MTP. So this is a person who is authorized to do the MTPs. And yes, where it can be done, if it is a hospital which is established or maintained by a government, like most of our government hospitals, or in case of a private setup, in case this hospital or a setup is approved by the government medical authorities for the purpose of this act. So all the private medical establishments have to apply to the government authorities for the MTP approval to be given to that place. So then only we can do an abortion in that place. Unless and until we do not get an approval, we cannot do the abortions.
So there is this saying that a government hospital is not preferred as much as a private hospital or clinic is for an abortion. Do you agree with this?
No, I really would not agree to this. I would say many of our government hospitals here in Delhi and NCR are actually very good. And probably it is only the difference of cost which probably would want to sort of deter a patient coming to a private setup. And yes, of course, the government hospitals are more crowdy and so people may have to wait. That could be one reason that people are not ready to go there. And little bit of maintenance and cleanliness issues could be there. But many of our good medical institutions, medical colleges are actually good for the purpose of abortions.
The reason that I have taken up the issue of government hospitals not being a preference is I know a specific case where a person that I am well acquainted with chose a private hospital instead. And there have been many cases that I have been aware of where students, they dress up as if they are married. Is this an issue? Is marriage an issue?
Not at all. Like I said, if a woman comes to me for an abortion, I never ask whether you're married or not, but I definitely ask her age. If she says that she is more than 18, her marital status does not make any difference. So, I mean, whether she's dressed up like a married woman or not, I mean, really doesn't make any difference to us. As long as she's more than 18 and she can give her consent, she is a candidate. If she wants an MTP, we can do an MTP.
Is proof of age asked for before the abortion?
Only if we have a suspicion. like if I say a girl who's coming to me for an abortion and who looks visibly less than 18, yes, definitely we have a right to ask for the proof of age. But many times, see, when you go for a surgery, also for any other procedure, when we take a consent, we say that the patient has to be of that particular age. So I think here the onus remains on the doctor to make her or his judgment. If we have any doubt about the age, we can definitely ask for the proof of age.
Abortion has been on the rise for quite some time now. What do you think is the reason for that?
See, abortion was done even earlier, but now we are talking about it more in open, and it's good that we are talking about more in open. It's good that people are understanding, yes, abortion may be required in certain situations, and it is not wrong to ask for an abortion. That's very, very important. And again, and this is a point which I want you to spread this, that it is not wrong to ask for an abortion, but it is very, very important to go to a qualified doctor, to go to a qualified place to get an abortion done. So even in olden ages, people used to get an abortion done, but people at that point of time used to go to quacks. Even before the NTP Act came in, a lot of criminal abortions were done in our country. That was the reason why the NTP Act came into force, because we wanted the abortion process to be legalized so that people come out in open, take help from the qualified medical personnel rather than going to quacks.
As you have said, only the woman, only the mother can take the decision to perform the abortion. The
Yes.
husband or any other person does not have much influence in this.
Yes, for the MTP consent, we don't need the husband's consent. It is if a woman has attained the age of majority, then her consent is enough to do the abortion.
And what is the situation when a female might come to you and say, I am being pressurized to have an abortion by my husband or my in-laws or my family?
Yes, in case she herself is not willing for an abortion, nobody can force her. Nobody.
Do you have any advice for girls, females, women that might want to have an abortion but might hesitate?
See, my first important advice would be, please plan a pregnancy. I really feel that pregnancy should never be an unwanted pregnancy. In case you're not planning to have a baby, whether it is married or unmarried, doesn't really matter. In case you're not planning to have a baby, take a proper precaution. Go to a gynecologist, ask for a proper method, take a proper precaution, and in case, because of a failure of contraception or because of any reason, if you get involved in a situation wherein you are pregnant and you don't want to continue with the pregnancy, please go to a qualified doctor and understand all the options, and then whatever your doctor suggests, do that. Never take a medicine prescribed by your friend or by your relative, or just going to a chemist and buy the medicines.
Abortion is a serious issue. It should be approached with caution and with proper information. If an individual has any concerns regarding abortion or its procedures or even contraception, a proper doctor should be consulted with.